Welcome to my channel. Top 4 Lincoln pennies that could be hiding a big secret. What if one of these 4 ordinary looking pennies is actually worth much more than just 1 cent? At first glance, they seem like common coins found in pocket change. But don't be fooled. Some Lincoln cents have shocked collectors with rare dates, unique mint marks, and valuable errors that turned simple pennies into collector treasures. Now take a close look at these 4 coins. Each one carries a piece of American history. They've traveled through decades, passed through countless hands, and may still be hiding something special. The biggest question is, which one of these 4 pennies could be the hidden gem? Before you spend an old penny, make sure you check the date, the mint mark, and every tiny detail. Because sometimes, the coin everyone ignores becomes the coin everyone wants. Let's get started. Imagine finding an ordinary-looking 1995 Lincoln penny in your pocket, and then discovering that collectors are willing to pay far more than 1 cent for certain versions of that same coin. Sounds impossible? Well, that's exactly why millions of coin collectors carefully inspect every old penny they find. The 1995 1-cent coin may look common, but hidden within its history is a story that surprises many people. The Lincoln Cent series has been one of America's most famous coin collections for over a century. By 1995, billions of pennies were being produced, and most people never gave them a second glance. They were used every day to buy candy, newspapers, and small items. But while millions of these coins entered circulation, not all of them were exactly the same. Some were struck with unusual characteristics. Others developed errors during the minting process. And a few became highly desirable among collectors. When the 1995 penny was released, America was entering a new era. Technology was growing rapidly, the internet was beginning to change daily life, and these small copper-colored coins continued to pass from hand to hand across the country. What makes the 1995 penny interesting is that collectors often search for details that most people never notice. A tiny mint mark, a doubling effect in the lettering, unusual strike quality, or small differences that separate an ordinary coin from a collectible one. Now here's where the mystery begins. Every year, thousands of people discover old pennies hidden in jars, drawers, piggy banks, and forgotten collections. Most turn out to be ordinary coins. But every once in a while, someone finds a penny that catches a collector's attention. Could a 1995 penny be one of those coins? The answer depends on its condition, mint mark, and whether it has any unusual features. Coin grading also plays a major role. A coin that has remained shiny and well preserved for decades can attract far more interest than one that has been heavily worn through circulation. Think about it. This small coin has traveled through nearly 3 decades of history. It may have passed through stores, banks, vending machines, and countless hands before ending up where it is today. Yet its journey isn't what fascinates collectors the most. It's the possibility that something unusual might be hiding in plain sight. That's what makes coin collecting exciting. Every coin tells a story. Every scratch represents a moment in history. And every date opens a window into a different time. The 1995 Lincoln Cent is more than just a penny. It's a piece of American history that reminds us how even the smallest objects can become fascinating collectibles. So before you spend an old penny, take a closer look. Check the date. Inspect the mint mark. Examine every detail carefully. Because sometimes the coin everyone ignores becomes the coin everyone wishes they had kept. And who knows? The next penny you find could be hiding a story worth discovering. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more amazing coin stories and hidden treasures. What if an ordinary 1992 penny sitting quietly in an old jar could be hiding a mystery that collectors have been searching for years? It sounds unbelievable. After all, it's only a 1-cent coin. A coin so common that millions of people never even look at it twice. But sometimes the most ordinary objects hide the most extraordinary stories. And today, we're taking a closer look at the fascinating 1992 Lincoln Cent. The year was 1992. America was changing rapidly. New technology was appearing everywhere, businesses were growing, and millions of pennies were rolling out of U.S. mint facilities. Among those billions of coins was the 1992 Lincoln penny. At first glance, it looked exactly like every other penny. The familiar portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the front. The Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. Nothing unusual. Nothing special. Or so it seemed. As the years passed, collectors began noticing something strange. Most 1992 pennies were ordinary. But a very small number appeared different. Tiny details separated them from the rest. Details so small that many people never noticed them. And yet those tiny differences could make all the difference in the world. This is where the mystery begins. Imagine searching through hundreds of old coins. Then thousands. Then tens of thousands. Looking for one tiny clue. One tiny detail. One tiny difference. That's exactly what many collectors have done. Because hidden among ordinary 1992 pennies are varieties that have become legendary in the coin collecting world. The hunt for these coins continues even today. But beyond the possibility of rare varieties, the 1992 penny tells another story. A story of time. A story of history. A story of survival. Think about everything that has happened since 1992. Governments changed. Technology evolved. Entire generations grew up. Yet some of these pennies survived through it all. They traveled from city to city. From stores to banks. From pockets to piggy banks. From cash registers to coin collections. Every scratch tells a story. Every mark represents a journey. Every worn edge reveals years of circulation. Some pennies became forgotten in drawers. Others disappeared into collections. And a lucky few remained in excellent condition. Those are often the coins collectors dream about finding. Because condition matters a lot. Two pennies with the same date can have dramatically different values depending on how well they have been preserved. One might look worn and tired. The other might still shine almost like the day it left the mint. That's why collectors carefully examine every detail. The surface, the lettering, the date, the mint mark. Everything matters. And that's exactly what makes coin collecting exciting. You never know what you'll discover. Most people see a penny. A collector sees a possibility. A possibility that history is hiding in plain sight. The 1992 Lincoln cent has become one of those coins that encourages collectors to keep searching. To keep checking. To keep looking closely. Because sometimes a treasure isn't made of gold or silver. Sometimes it's made of copper. And sometimes it's sitting unnoticed among ordinary pocket change. Now imagine finding an old box filled with coins. You begin sorting through them one by one. Nothing unusual. Nothing special. Then suddenly, you spot a 1992 penny. Your heart starts beating faster. Could this be the one? Could it be hiding something rare? Could it be worth more than anyone expects? That's the thrill that keeps collectors searching every single day. The excitement of discovery. The possibility of finding something unexpected. The chance that history might be resting in the palm of your hand. And that's why the 1992 Lincoln cent remains such an interesting coin. Not because every coin is rare, but because every coin carries a possibility. A possibility that turns an ordinary penny into an extraordinary story. So the next time you come across a 1992 penny, don't ignore it. Take a closer look. Examine every detail. Study the date. Check the mint mark. And remember, some of the greatest discoveries begin with the smallest clues. Thank you for watching. If you enjoy coin collecting, rare coin stories, and hidden treasures, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Because our next coin may hold an even bigger mystery. Let's move on to the next coin. What if a simple 1998 penny, sitting unnoticed in a coin jar, is carrying a secret that most people will never discover? A secret hidden in plain sight. A secret that has fascinated collectors for years. And a secret that might be closer than you think. Today, we're taking a journey into the story of the 1998 Lincoln cent. A coin that millions of people used every day, yet very few ever stopped to truly examine. The year was 1998. The world was changing fast. The internet was growing. Technology was advancing. The future seemed closer than ever before. And while people were focused on the next big thing, billions of pennies quietly entered circulation across America. Among them was the 1998 Lincoln cent. Fresh from the Denver Mint, these coins began a journey that would take them across cities, towns, businesses, and households. Most people saw them as nothing more than pocket change. Just 1 cent. Almost worthless. But collectors saw something different. Possibility. History. And sometimes, mystery. Every coin begins its life inside a mint. Huge machines strike blank metal discs with incredible force. Within a fraction of a second, a plain piece of metal becomes a coin. A coin designed to survive years of circulation. But not every strike is perfect. Not every coin leaves the mint exactly as intended. Sometimes tiny differences appear. Differences so small that only the sharpest eyes can spot them. And that is where the story of the 1998 penny becomes interesting. Years after these coins entered circulation, collectors started paying closer attention. They searched through rolls of pennies. They examined old collections. They inspected coins one by one under magnification. Most of the time they found nothing unusual. But occasionally, something unexpected appeared. A small detail. A strange characteristic. A clue hidden within the design. Those discoveries fueled the excitement of coin collecting. Because every collector dreams of finding something special. Something rare. Something overlooked by everyone else. Imagine opening an old box filled with pennies. Hundreds of coins stacked together. Most look identical. Most seem ordinary. Then suddenly your eyes stop on a 1998 penny. You pick it up. You turn it under the light. You inspect every detail. And for a moment, you wonder. Could this be the one? Could this coin be hiding something unusual? That feeling of uncertainty is what makes coin collecting so exciting. It's like a treasure hunt where every coin is a clue. And every clue leads to another mystery. The 1998 Lincoln cent represents more than money. It represents a moment in history. A snapshot of America at the end of the 20th century. A time when millions of people carried cash every day. A time when pennies played a small but important role in daily life. Think about how many places this coin may have visited. Perhaps it was handed over at a grocery store. Maybe it traveled through a bank. Perhaps it sat forgotten in a drawer for years. Or maybe it passed through hundreds of hands before reaching a collector. Each possibility adds another chapter to its story. And that's what makes old coins fascinating. No two journeys are exactly the same. Every scratch has a history. Every mark tells a story. Every coin has traveled a different path. As years passed, many 1998 pennies became worn from circulation. Their surfaces changed. Their details softened. Yet some survived in remarkable condition. Protected from damage. Preserved by collectors. Saved by chance. These well-preserved examples became especially desirable because they offered a glimpse back to the day they were first minted. Almost like a time machine made of metal. And then comes the biggest mystery of all. How many valuable discoveries are still waiting to be found? Somewhere right now, an old coin jar may contain a forgotten treasure. A dusty collection may hold a coin nobody has examined closely. A box in an attic may contain a hidden surprise. And among those coins could be a 1998 Lincoln cent waiting for someone to notice it. That's why collectors never stop searching. Because the next discovery could be one coin away. One glance away. One lucky moment away. The hunt never truly ends. And that's the beauty of coin collecting. It's not only about value. It's about curiosity. It's about history. It's about the excitement of discovering something that others overlooked. The 1998 Lincoln cent may seem ordinary. But its story reminds us that extraordinary things are often hidden inside ordinary objects. So the next time you find a penny, don't ignore it. Take a closer look. Study the details. Examine the date. Check the mint mark. Because you never know what secrets might be hiding right in front of you. Perhaps the next great discovery is already in your collection. Perhaps the next mystery is sitting quietly in your pocket. And perhaps the next coin you examine will tell a story even more incredible than this one. Thank you for watching. If you enjoy rare coin stories, hidden treasures, and amazing collecting discoveries, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Because our next coin may reveal an even bigger mystery. What if I told you that an ordinary 1999 penny could be hiding a story that began more than 2 decades ago and is still fascinating collectors today? A story of history, a story of mystery, and a story that might be sitting quietly in someone's pocket right now. Most people see a penny and think almost nothing of it. They spend it. They ignore it. Sometimes they even throw it into a jar and forget about it forever. But collectors see something very different. They see clues. They see history. And sometimes, they see hidden opportunities. Today, we're uncovering the story of the 1999 Lincoln cent. The year was 1999. The world was preparing for a brand new millennium. People everywhere were talking about the future. Computers were becoming more common. The internet was expanding rapidly. And across America, millions of people were counting down the final days of the 20th century. During this historic period, billions of pennies were produced. One of them was the 1999 D Lincoln cent. Freshly struck at the Denver Mint, these coins began their journey into circulation. At first, there seemed to be nothing unusual about them. They looked like ordinary pennies. The familiar portrait of Abraham Lincoln appeared on the front. The Lincoln Memorial stood proudly on the reverse. Everything seemed normal. But history has a funny way of hiding surprises where nobody expects them. As years passed, collectors began paying closer attention to coins from the late 1990s. Not because every coin was rare, but because every coin had the potential to tell a story. A story hidden in tiny details. Details that most people would never notice. Imagine standing in front of a table covered with thousands of pennies. They all appear identical. The same color, the same design, the same size. Yet somewhere among them could be a coin that stands out. A coin carrying a unique characteristic. A coin with an unusual strike. A coin that sparks excitement among collectors. That's what makes coin collecting so fascinating. The smallest detail can change everything. And the 1999 D penny became part of that ongoing treasure hunt. Every day, collectors searched through coin rolls from banks. They examined old collections. They sorted through jars filled with forgotten change. Hour after hour, coin after coin, looking for something special, looking for something others missed. And sometimes, their patience paid off. The excitement of discovery is difficult to describe. Imagine finding a coin that everyone else overlooked. Imagine realizing that a simple penny has a story that stretches across decades. That's the thrill collectors chase. The thrill of uncovering history. The thrill of finding hidden treasures. The thrill of solving a mystery. Now think about the journey of a single 1999 D penny. Perhaps it began in Denver. Then traveled hundreds of miles away. Maybe it passed through stores, restaurants, gas stations, and banks. Maybe it crossed several states. Perhaps it changed hands thousands of times. Each exchange became part of its story. Each year added another chapter. Each owner unknowingly became part of its journey. Very few objects travel through so many lives. Yet coins do it every day. That's why every coin carries a hidden history. A history nobody can fully see. But a history that collectors love to imagine. As the years passed, some 1999 D pennies became damaged. Others became worn. Many disappeared forever. Yet a few survived in remarkable condition. Protected from scratches. Saved from circulation. Preserved by collectors who understood their importance. These well-preserved examples became tiny time capsules. Holding a snapshot of America at the end of the 20th century. A moment frozen in metal. A reminder of a world preparing to enter a new millennium. And then comes the biggest question of all. How many important discoveries are still waiting to be found? Somewhere, an old coin jar may contain a forgotten treasure. A dusty collection may hold a hidden surprise. A box tucked away in an attic may contain a coin that nobody has carefully examined. And among those coins could be a 1999 D Lincoln cent waiting for someone to recognize its significance. That's why collectors never stop looking. Because the next discovery could happen at any moment. The next hidden treasure could be one coin away. The next exciting story could be sitting unnoticed in ordinary pocket change. Most people will never know. Most people will never look. But collectors do. And that's what separates a casual observer from a treasure hunter. They understand that value isn't always obvious. Sometimes the greatest discoveries begin with the smallest clues. The 1999 D Lincoln cent reminds us of that lesson. It reminds us that history often hides in plain sight. It reminds us that ordinary objects can carry extraordinary stories. And it reminds us that curiosity is one of the most powerful tools a collector can have. So the next time you find a penny, don't rush to spend it. Take a closer look. Study the date. Check the mint mark. Examine every detail carefully. Because hidden inside that tiny coin may be a story that has traveled through decades waiting to be discovered. And who knows? The next coin you examine could become your most exciting find yet. But here's the real mystery. At this very moment, somewhere in the world, another forgotten penny is waiting inside a drawer, a coin jar, or an old collection. Waiting for someone to notice it. Waiting for someone to uncover its story. And perhaps, that next incredible discovery is closer than you think. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more rare coin stories, hidden treasures, and amazing discoveries. Because in our next video, we may uncover a coin with an even bigger mystery than this one.